I followed up with a client for 2 years, and in the last 4 months, it's generated me 1 million dirham. Now, that being said, yes, I might have went a year and a half without making anything from this client, but why did I continue to follow up with them? I mean, when they first inquired, they were looking to buy a Kaya or an Elie Saab standalone villa about 2 years ago when constructed. Obviously, Kaya's nearing completion now. They wanted to come and see the community, so I showed them the community. I showed them a 4-bedroom townhouse just to see the finish. Now, of course, the townhouse is nowhere near the size of Kaya and Elie Saab, so they sort of left it. They didn't have the funds at the time, the cash available, and they just hadn't come back to me for a few months now. I was, following up with them every few months, see if they're still interested. They were still interested, but they just didn't have the funds. They had to sell their property in order to get the funds. At first, I didn't even bother because the property weren't in my area. However, I did eventually take on that property exclusive because it hadn't sold, and it was 9.2 million dirham. I sold that property within 2 months, my own buyer as well, buyer and seller. And then that seller went and bought off plan with me in 2 different launches. Now, that took me 18 months just to build that relationship with that client. Even though they didn't buy an Arabian Ranches 3, you can never actually predict how far a relationship can go on the initial phases. So never underestimate the power of following up.